All right, awesome. Welcome, guys. How you feeling? Woo! That's great. Okay. Well, thanks for coming out to the Catana event here at University Bookstore. My name is Eder. I'm the social media guy at the store. So if you were asking questions on Facebook or anything, you were talking to me. So hey, yeah, for sure. I like her. We have two small things to take care of before we get the introduction and our authors out here. The first one is I'm going to take a quick picture of everyone holding up their book, just cheering, being loud, and we'll do that in a second. And the second one is that if you take any photos, anything fun, just tag us. We're at Bookstore Reads, and we'll love to see your pictures. And if you don't want to tag us, then just use the simple hashtag Catana in Seattle, and then we'll find you that way. Other than that, we have plenty of cool events throughout the whole year, and thanks for coming. That's all for me. So ready? Books in the air? Awesome. All right, 1, 2, 3, woo!
Hello, everyone. My name's Lily. I work at the bookstore, and we actually host over 500 events a year. If you're interested in finding out more about any of those, you can check out our website, our events flyer, and various social media outlets. But today, we are thrilled to have Catana Chetwynd to discuss her new comic collection, Little Moments of Love. Catana is a self-taught traditional artist and the enthusiastic author of Catana Comics. She grew up in Saratoga Springs, New York, where she spent her time creating art and pursuing an education in psychology until accidentally stumbling into the world of comics. Not only is her boyfriend, John, the daily inspiration for her drawings, but he was also the one who suggested a comic series about their relationship in the first place. Thanks to his ideas and his inspiring daily antics, Catana was able to pursue her childhood dream of being a cartoonist. She currently lives in New York with John and their tiny, angry dog. This afternoon, we'll be hosting a conversation with Catana and John, after which she'll be answering your questions, then signing your books. Once the signing starts, we will call you up row by row. So once we end the event, please do remain seated, and we'll call you up to enter the signing line. Now, if you don't want your book signed, feel free to leave out the central doors once the event is over. And finally, we do have a magic parking stamp if you parked in the parking lot by the bookstore, so we can validate your parking. Now, please join me in welcoming Catana Chetwynd.
Hello! Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming.
All right. Hey there. Well, welcome. Excellent fashion choices, by the way.
Thank you.
We've done some good things. So we were wondering, how did you get started in drawing comics?
So I got started kind of really by accident. What happened was it was Thanksgiving, and I had eaten a lot of food, so I was sitting on the couch, and I was doodling on John's iPad that I kind of stole from him. And if you can picture this is like a 2010 first edition iPad with my finger, so it was not very high tech. And for some reason, John was like, "You should make a comic about us," and I was like, "Sure." So I did. And that was that. And so if it wasn't for that one very random comment that John made, none of us would be here today. So thank you, John.
Hey, you're welcome.
And can you tell us the story of posting them online? How did that happen?
So when I started the comics, I made about 5, and John was like, "Cool, when are you going to post these on the internet?" And I was like...
They were amazing. I was like, you have to post these. You have to share this with everyone.
Yeah. I was not planning on posting them on the internet. So finally, after a while, John was like, "If you don't post them, I'm going to post them if that's okay with you. And
I did ask permission.
yes, he had permission. And I was like, sure, I guess. I just don't want to watch. Let the internet take them away. But evidently, you guys really liked them, which was really exciting.
Cool. And so your drawing style is very distinct, and so I was wondering, how has it evolved? What was the character designing process like, and did John get any say in how he looks in the comic?
Nobody's asked us that before.
Yeah, that's a good question. So the drawing style is kind of funny. Like, I'm sure you guys all know, like, the little, like, side-eye thing that's going on. So when I was a kid, I drew everything with those weird side eyes, like, my whole life. Like, someone would be like, draw a smiley face, and I'd be like, sure, here's like an eye, and then here's like a side eye on the side. I don't know why I did that, but I've done it forever. Sometime I should post some pictures of the things that I drew when I was a kid, because it's very odd. Like, I would draw chipmunks, and they would have like a side eye. So, of course, when John asked me to make a comic, I didn't put too much thought into how we were going to look, just because I thought the comic would just be for John. So I just drew what came to my mind first, which was the side eye.
Nice.
And a great beard.
Yeah, I didn't really have any input. Like, I'm not very creative. She's obviously the creative one, so she took it away. But I definitely like the beard. Somebody shortly after she did that was like, oh, why is he wearing a ski mask? Like, why is he just... But I like it.
And how do you find inspiration for your comics? Is it like 100% John and Catana? Do you look to other couples for inspiring moments?
I want to say, like, it's a good blend of both. A lot of the comics that you see, like, a lot of them are literally things that happen word for word between us. And then some of the comics are more or less, like, inspired by the things that we do, and we run with it that way. And sometimes it's me going to John and being like, John, like, do something. I have to make a comic.
So along those lines, I mean, do you just have moments where you just like have to pause everything and go like, wait, this is a comic moment, and like draw?
Oh, all the time. We'll be out. I'll see her watching me, and I'm like doing something in the kitchen, and she has her phone out taking notes. And I'm like, are you like writing down what I'm doing right now? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a comic about it tonight.
Our dates are very romantic.
And then, so then if you're taking notes and so on, how do you decide, like, what is comic worthy? Do you have, like, a slush pile of, like, oh, no, never mind, that actually wasn't funny? Do you have...
So I have the theory of, like, everything that happens between us is, like, comic worthy. Mm-hmm. I just have to figure out how to put it into a comic. Sometimes it takes me a while to decide, like, how I can make it a thing and not just exactly what happened, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
And let's see. So some of the moments in your comic are pretty private. I mean, like, there's butts and stuff. Are there ever times when you feel that something is too private? Is there ever any like back and forth on like, wait, no, don't?
No, for the most part, pretty much everything gets posted. There was just a short period of time where she was drawing a lot of butts, and I was like, just put those ones away and maybe like slowly, put them out in the world.
Every time a butt comic comes out, John's like, my mom follows these.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we really consider, like, you guys are friends, and we obviously have a lot in common with you guys. So we're very forthcoming with what we put in the comics. There's not much that we say, if anything, that we say, oh, that's like too private. I don't know. I think John's okay with that, right, John?
Yeah. Absolutely.
He hasn't said anything, so.
Yes. For the record.
Well, let's see. So as we have this whole group of your friends here, I think we're going to open it up to some questions. So let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to run down and grab that mic, and so if folks can raise your hands up real high, I'll come find you, like that person right there. I'm on my way.
Hi, Catana and John.
Hi.
My name's Connor, and my girlfriend Cassie is over there. I first wanted to say that it's our 1-year anniversary today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
We made the trip down from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and you guys have played such a big role in our relationship. We tag each other in all your comics. So we love you guys as much as we love each other.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Now, my question is, what has been one of your most favorite dates? What's a memorable one?
We were just talking about
We
this.
were,
That's a
yeah.
great question. Do you remember what we said?
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page. I think one of our favorite moments, our dates, was we decided we would just make drinks for each other, like cocktails. We wanted to pretend like we were bartenders, and it was awful. Like we can't make drinks at all. They were disgusting. We're like, all right, we should just go out and like let the professionals
We got like
do
halfway
this.
through each other's drinks, and we were like, "So this is bad, right?"
But yeah, that stands out in our memory a lot.
My other favorite date that came to mind when we were talking about this was we had this one day where I was like, I'm gonna like plan out this great date. It was winter and we were kind of stuck in, and I was like, we'll go to the art museum and then we'll go to like our favorite restaurant and like we'll do all these things. And we went to the art museum and it was closed. So we went to a different art museum, so it was closed. And then we went to our favorite restaurant, and they were full for the night. So we went, got a burger, and went home and just watched movies, and it was great.
Yeah, it sounds like our favorite dates are when everything falls apart. Thank you so much.
And congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Hello? Yes, it's on.
Hi, I'm Shweta. I'm here with my boyfriend Apur. We are a really big fan of your comics.
Thank you.
We just want to know, how did you guys meet?
This is one of my favorite stories. So thank you for asking. We met on Tinder. That's not the whole story. So we met on Tinder, and we talked for a couple messages, and then I stopped answering, but not because I didn't like John. I just liked, I don't know, just it's Tinder, and I just didn't take it that seriously. So a week later or so, I saw John at a bar, or I was out with my friends, and and I said to my friend, like, look at that guy, I want to talk to that guy. I definitely know him from Tinder. And she was like, okay, well, we'll just like, you know, he'll come talk to you, just like get up near him and like dance and stuff. And so I did. And there were points where I was so close to John that like my arm was like touching his arm while I was dancing. And John was just like not having it, not paying any attention to me. So there was a lot of eye contact had too. So I knew that he saw me because I don't know if you saw when John was walking up, but when he's in a crowd, he's like a little like periscope, like, so it's really easy to like make eye contact with each other. So finally, after a while, my friend was like, this is taking entirely too long, and she pushes me into him. So I fell into John, and John turns around, and I'm like, this is it, he's gonna talk to me. He looks at me and he goes, sorry, and he turns back around.
So this is the part where I get to tell my side. I was there with my friend. I was like, wow, it's that girl that stopped talking to me on Tinder. I bet she really wants to talk to me right now. And he's like, yeah, she keeps like staring over here. And I was like, she definitely does not want to talk to me. And he's like, I don't know. So I was convinced she wanted nothing to do with me, but Apparently I was wrong.
At a certain point, or after he said sorry, I tapped him on the shoulder and I was like, I'm sorry, do I know you from Tinder? Thank you to Emily who pushed me into John, because otherwise this would not have happened. Thank you, Emily.
Hi. My question is very silly. How many times a week do you both eat pizza?
Ooh.
Just on this tour, like, we're talking like double digits, maybe?
That's under a week.
The only place near us that has delivery after 9 p.m. is a pizza shop, and we evidently get a lot of like late night food, so we get a lot of pizza delivered.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm from Chicago, and I'm here with my girlfriend, Dana. First off, we love your comics, but second off, the title of your book is called Little Moments of Love, but I was just kind of wondering, how do you get through little moments of doubt or sort of when you have like a rough patch in your relationship?
That's a great question. John and I, we do a really good job, I think, of kind of like talking to each other, and I think that is like one of the biggest things, is we're not really afraid to discuss something. I think one of the biggest parts of getting through any problems in a relationship is a couple things. The first thing I would say is discuss it like without getting angry. I know that seems really obvious, but I think sometimes it can be kind of hard. And so I do think it's important to kind of chill out a little bit and just talk. The second thing that I always say is to think like kind of retroactively, like what will I think about this argument or this time 2 weeks from now? When I look back 2 weeks from now, I might be like, wow, I was being really silly. Because hindsight is 20/20. So I think if you kind of look at each situation as if it's already happened, it makes it a lot easier to judge, I would say. And John has his own thing that he does. What do you think?
Wow, thank you. I definitely agree with all that, and I think it's important to remember you're both trying to solve the same problem. Like Catana and I, she's very creative, I'm very technical, so we look at things differently, and it's important to try to look at it from the other person's perspective and realize that you might both want the same thing, but you're looking at it two very different ways.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm stationed in Fort Lewis, but I'm originally from Florida. And I have my girlfriend via FaceTime because she unfortunately could not be here.
Hi, my girlfriend.
My question for you, Catana, is if John hadn't pushed you to do the comic, what would you saw yourself doing?
How would what? I'm sorry, can you say that
What
again?
would you have done career-wise if John hadn't pushed you to do the comic?
Okay. I have my degree, my bachelor's degree in psychology, so maybe something with that. But at the time, when I first started making the comics, I was coaching gymnastics. And I really liked that. So I might still be doing that, actually. It was just really tiring.
Hi, my name's Harmony. This is Pedro.
Hi.
He's my boyfriend. He makes me really shy really easily because he likes to embarrass me.
It's my job.
I just wanted to ask how, like, your height difference, is that, like, sometimes is there, like, a huge issue, like, you show it in your comics of, like, trying to take selfies, like, when's like the worst time for your guys' height difference?
Well, it's pretty bad, so like a lot.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
I'm 5'1", and John's like
6'5"-ish.
6'5". So, so there's a lot of inches between us. We just before we got here, like in the little room that we were in, they were like, "Can we take your photo?" And they were like, "Oh wait, we can't fit John. John, can you bend down a little bit?"
I was over the backdrop, so I had to crouch down and just be a little shorter.
The other day, we were in Chicago, somewhere with like a mirror ceiling above us, and I was like, John, like, look up and like wave to the camera. And he looked up for like a second, and he looks down, and he's like, wow, that hurt my neck. And I was like,
I feel your pain now.
Hey, I'm Jake, here with my wife, Chriselle. Just wanted to say we've been following you guys since that initial Reddit post. Yay. Sent it to her. Super stoked to see you guys. How has the dynamic of your relationship, as well as like each of your lives individually, changed with like 1.5 million people who are very embedded in your relationship?
Only for the better, I would say. So thank you guys. I think that the comics, first of all, they've completely changed my life, and I wake up every day incredibly thankful for you guys and for John for making it happen. But I also think that the comics are really nice because I think they like really bring us together because we're like working towards the same thing. I think it's always really nice in a relationship to have something that you guys are like working for together. I think it's like such a bonding experience, and it's been really, really fun.
Yeah, it's been great. Funny enough, though, like the day-to-day, how that changes, not really at all. Until we came out on this tour to like meet everyone, we just have our little apartment in upstate New York with like nobody in our town.
Our angry dog.
And yeah, our little dog, and like it's kind of bizarre. We came out to meet all these people, like, wow, it's like real. There's actually people out there.
Hi, I'm Samantha. My husband Gareth couldn't be here. He's being a camp counselor for his church this week. So, and obviously, like everyone, we love you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. My question is, a lot of your comics revolve around things that happen in your apartment at home. Are you guys, this may be a silly question, are you like more homebodies, or do you like to go out? Because I know there was the one comic about, are we going to get drunk in public, or are we going to get drunk at home?
I would say we're homebodies.
Yeah. We like go through different phases, I guess.
Yeah, we do. But we also, the other reason for the comics like taking a lot being like set at home a lot is because we both work from home. So we're home like a lot. And we're together a lot.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Joan. This is my girlfriend, Amanda. I just want to see John's perspective on this specific comment, but this specific post that it's very, I don't know, we go through the situation a lot. When you were getting ready, and it's like laying down in bed, this is part of the process. What's John's take on that situation?
Oh, it's so accurate.
John does it too.
I do it once in a while, but I give her time. I allocate enough time. I get ready in like 10 minutes and then like go play video games, and 2 hours later we'll be ready to go. I'm like, all right, finally.
Hi guys, my name is Bryn. I actually just moved here from Florida, so I'm really glad that I got to come to your tour, because originally I didn't think I was going to. But okay, so my question is more for John. Do you ever have those moments like, this should be a comic?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like,
do you make them happen? Like, no, sit down, draw this right now.
I think there's got to be at least a few that I've done that for. It's funny because it's usually Catana doing something, so she's probably not aware that she's doing something really funny, and I have to stop her and be like, all right, like take a step back and realize what you just did. And she's like, oh, that's a great comic.
Every time I ask John like what I should make a comic about, it's always about our dog. If that shows how much John loves our dog.
That is true. I want way more Murphy in the comics.
Little moments of Momo.
Hi, I'm Jackie. My boyfriend couldn't be here because he's at drill right now for the Army, but we tag each other in your guys' stuff like most of the time. But I also draw little comics, and it's mostly because of your cute comics. So it was like, I can do this. I can make our little cute stuff into comics. And I guess my question is just, when you started posting them online, was it more of an organic thing where people just kind of saw it and it caught on by itself? Or was there a lot more work in the background that we didn't get to see?
I think that we got really lucky because we really just like put it out there, and you guys just took it and you like ran with it, and it was awesome. So so for us, I think we got really lucky with it, and at least like initially, because of John's post got so much traction. I didn't really have to like strategize that much. It just, the ball started rolling, and then because of that initial like rolling ball, it just like got bigger and bigger. But I definitely am very aware that we were very lucky with that, and I'm sure there is like a ton of work that has, like, if we tried to get it going without that initial post, I'm sure it would have taken a lot more. But also, congratulations on making your own little comics. That's adorable.
Hi, my name's Ellie, and I'm here with my boyfriend. But so we ended up, when we first started dating, tagging each other or sending each other on Instagram the same comic at the same time. So like anytime you have a new comic, it immediately is in one of our Instagram inboxes. But my question is, Catana, what is your favorite comic? And John, what is your favorite comic?
I try to choose like a sentimental comic that I really like, and then like a silly comic that I really like. My favorite sentimental comic is like very new one. It's called Lost in Conversation, and we're like walking away, and our conversation just kind of becomes the setting, because we do end up having like those conversations, and you just kind of like forget about the rest of the world, you know, mushy-gushy and stuff. And then my favorite silly comic, what was? Oh, Butt Sense is my favorite comic. That's silly.
That's great. My favorite sentimental one is probably the same one, The Lost in Conversation. That's a new favorite. But for my silly one, it's definitely the one where I'm putting like a little pepper on my food. I'm like, oh, that's probably enough. And then she has this like giant thing of hot sauce, and flames are like shooting out of it. Because it's extremely accurate. And like back when we first met, we went to get like wings or something, and she's like, oh, do you like spicy food? And it's like, yeah, sure, like let's get those medium wings. And she's like already ordering the atomic.
All right, folks, it sounds like we have time for one more question, so sorry about any thumbs up contracts that I made with you that I have to break. One more question.
Hello. Why?
Hi.
You're embarrassing me. She actually asked the question that I was gonna ask, and I'm like literally pulling a blank because I'm like really socially awkward. So like, I just wanted to thank you guys. Like, you know, I'm okay. Stop. Yeah, like, sorry. Oh, I got your shirt.
Yes.
I love your shirt. Thank you. I love it too. He bought it for me actually. Oh, so this is my boyfriend Jackie, and we've been dating for how long? 5 years? It'll be our like 5-year anniversary soon.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. We've been like tagging each other also in like the comments. Like when we were following you guys, like when you guys started dating as well, or when you started the comics. Yeah. So big fan. I don't know a question to ask. It stopped. Oh, I thought it stopped working. Sorry. Yeah. Do you have a question? Oh, where do you guys want to take like your comics? Like, do you have any more plans for like the future for it, or like if you're gonna make another book or something like that?
We'd love to make a second book. Absolutely. The other thing that we really like is we just started doing these in-person events like 3 weeks ago when the book came out. That was our first time ever meeting anybody. It was so fun. So we'd love to do more in-person events. We'd like to go to Comic-Cons because we've never done that before. And then what we were talking about today was I'd love to be in a physical store somewhere because we don't have that yet, either like greeting cards or shirts or hats or something.
I really want like plushies.
Plushies.
I don't know why.
We have our own plushies that are handmade.
Just to see little plushies of us would be awesome.
But mostly just because I feel like if they were, even if we just had a greeting card in a store, like Hallmark or Target or something, I think that the comics would be able to reach a lot more people that would discover them that way, which was really exciting to me. So, yeah.
Oh, and we want more translations too. We're already doing Spanish, Italian,
And simplified Chinese.
and simplified Chinese. But yeah, we would definitely like to do that so it could, reach more people as well.
The more people, the better.
Well, on that note, thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming inside on this sunny day. Thank you, Catana.
Thank you, guys.